I prioritized myself. I took pride in who I was. I realized that with a few simple changes in my life and some consistency and some pride of ownership, that I could take control of my life and change the way I exist. So don't ever think that you need to look a certain way to be healthy. So we have a new sponsor for these new segments, and there's a hint, and the hint is on my head. I don't often wear a hat, but when I do, it says Smile and Wellness on it. Now, Smile and Wellness is a company that a buddy of mine owns, who I have come to love and respect over the last few years because he's out there doing it right. Now, if you've ever heard of CBD, it's become the rage in the world today, not just the fitness industry for inflammation and things like that, but just for anyone who wants to relax, and maybe you have some anxiety or some different things that you want something to help you with that isn't a prescription drug or isn't resorting to something that isn't as forgiving and as wholesome and natural as CBD is. So Smile and Wellness is one of the leaders in the industry because everything that they source is from the cleanest of possible sources. They are out there really funding a lot of stuff to help the industry grow and create education around the fact that CBD is in fact something that many people could benefit from, but many people are not yet educated on the benefits of it. So I want you to check out smileandwellness.com and find out more about CBD and Smilin' specifically so you can benefit from this great product as well. And just tell them Clark sent you. Welcome to Get Busy Living for today's episode of Living in the Moment. You know, a question I get all the time is, Clark, how do you stay motivated? What do you do when you don't want to go to the gym? How do you find the energy to be as energetic as you are? First thing I'll say is this. I'm no different than anybody else. There are days that I wake up that I absolutely don't want to go to the gym. There are days that I don't feel motivated because motivated is something that's completely overrated, right? So we'll start there. I don't rely on motivation because motivation is waning. It ebbs, it flows. It's like a roller coaster. It's up and down. It's like our emotions. Some days we're happy, some days we're sad. So instead of leaning in on motivation, I lean in on commitment. That's the only reason I'm married today. I'll be honest with you. I've been married for 34 years. The only reason I'm married today is because I made a commitment to stay married, for better, for worse. And I've had better times, I've had worse times, but because I made a commitment, I stick with it. So that goes into my fitness thing too. I made a commitment to myself to be an example for myself, for my kids, and for all of the people who follow me. Like, you would not follow me if I wasn't fit. You would not follow me if you didn't see me having fun and being transparent and being honest. My commitment is to be real 100% of the time with you. And in that realness, I will admit the fact that when I don't feel like it, I will give myself permission sometimes not to go to the gym. I don't need to be at the gym every single day. And when I'm at the gym, I don't need to bust my ass like I am trying to be the world's strongest man or step on some bodybuilding stage to impress a bunch of judges. I am just there to take one step forward on that day, and it depends on how I'm feeling that day. And that has so much to do with what we did the day before, how we ate, how we acted, did we drink too much, and all of these things that contribute to how we feel. So with the commitment thing, another thing for me is pride. I have a lot of pride, and pride in a good way. Like, pride can be seen as something that is negative. Like, look at that guy. Look how he's proud. You know, he's got a lot of pride. Well, I don't look at pride like that. I look at pride of ownership. And the pride of ownership that I have is I have one body. I'm a steward of this body. God gifted me with a vehicle to walk around my spirit, my soul, my energy, my being in, and I like it to look good. I want to show up. I like the clothes I wear to look good. I like the shoes that I put on, the attitude that I have, the words that come out of my mouth to be ones that are exemplary of the gift that I've been given. Now, let me always say this. I'm not perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. I've never been perfect. I'm far from perfect. None of us are perfect, but we can all get better. And that's all I've ever done throughout my life. And it's speeding up. It's speeding up with age. Every year I get older, it tightens the gap between how much I'll let myself get away with what I refer to as just flat out being lazy. If I don't go to the gym because I just don't feel like it, that's just being lazy. And that's not being a good steward of my body. And that's not taking care of this vessel and this vehicle that I was blessed with to walk around this earth. And then on top of that, like I said a minute ago, it's my job to look a certain way because no one would ever sign up for my fitness program if I couldn't take off my shirt on any given day and go, look, this is how I am 24/7, 365, and I can help you be your best 24/7, 365. So there's commitment, there's pride, and there's a why, right? Everyone says you got to have your why. And determining your why is important. And these things become cliche because they've been repeated over and over again, but they're repeated over and over again because they're meaningful. They actually apply to life. So what is your why? And let me give you a good exercise to determine your why. It shouldn't be to look good on the beach as your number one thing because that's so shallow, right? Like that's easy. I look good enough on the beach. It shouldn't be because you want to get back at the girl or the guy who was your bully in high school and you want to look good at the high school reunion. Or you want to take a photo to carry around and you'll just get back out of shape. Like your why needs to go deeper than that. So there's an exercise that I have my people do that work with me. Ask yourself, why do you want to get in shape? Well, I want to look better. Okay, why do you want to look better? Well, because I don't feel good about myself. Well, why don't you feel good about yourself? Ooh, wow, okay. I don't feel good about myself because I realize that I am no longer getting the attention from my wife like I used to. Okay, well, why are you no longer getting the attention from your wife like you used to? Ooh, you're like, oh, wow, Clark, you're really asking some serious questions. Exactly. And those serious questions will give you a really solid why. What about this? I want to look good for my grandkids. All right, now we're on to something. I want to be able to play with my grandkids. Now we're on to something because here's something I don't want you to get twisted in your mind. When I say get fit, you're automatically thinking being ripped. Take that out of your brain. Take it out of your brain right now because I never said that. I'll never say that. What I'm saying is being your best, being confident, being energetic, being enthusiastic about your life. Now, these are all reasons that I do what I do, and these are reasons that keep me going. So I want you to hear this. Being grateful, all of this sort of stuff, right? So when you go to the doctor, you want to get a good checkup. So if you look at your blood work and it says you have high cholesterol and you're pre-diabetic, your goal should be the next time you go to the doctor to not have high cholesterol and have your doctor go, what did you do? You're not pre-diabetic anymore. Your A1C went down and your numbers are all better. They're within the green zone now. Congratulations. What did you do? I prioritized myself. I took pride in who I was. I realized that with a few simple changes in my life and some consistency and some pride of ownership, that I could take control of my life and change the way I exist. So don't ever think that you need to look a certain way to be healthy. Ever. Okay? Because that will give you a reason not to, because you'll say, oh, I could never look like you, Clark. I could never do your job. Whatever it is that you do, you're great at it because you've done it your whole damn life. Don't expect me to walk in your office and be able to sit down and do what you do. You might look at me and go, Clark, listen, relax, bro. I can help you get better. That's what I do. That's the beauty of having people specialize in areas. So I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Look, if you're a man out there and you're over the age of 50 and you're struggling and you need some help, holler at me. There's a link in the bio here. And all you got to do is click that link, fill out the application, because I don't work with anyone. Oh, Clark, that's a sales pitch. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I can't work with everyone. I don't want to work with everyone. If you're a 22-year-old guy saying, hey, get me ready for a bodybuilding contest, I'm going to refer you to someone else. That's not what I do. But anyway, back to the question. And the final answer to that question is this. If I'm not feeling motivated, I give myself a finite amount of time. And I talked about this with Kathy before on another one. I give myself a finite amount of time. If it's 9:30 and I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I give myself to 10 o'clock to stop being what I refer to as a bitch-ass dude. Then I get over it and I get on with my life. So get on with yours, get busy living, and make it a great day.